Hello learners, how are you? Today we are here to discuss the male reproductive system and female reproductive system. In the previous video, we have discussed about the sexual characters in males and females, how the fertilization takes place, how the pollination takes place in plants. But now we will discuss about the male reproductive system, the main organs which are responsible to make a male reproductive system. Okay, so the first is the human male reproductive system organ is first testis, second is scrotum, third is vas deferens, fourth is urethra, and fifth is penis. What is the role of testis here? The human male possesses two testes, which are the primary reproductive organs. They lie outside the abdominal cavity. These two testes are the male gonads, which are the sites where male gametes, that is sperms, are made. The children which are the male gametes, they are the sperms. They are made there. Testes also produce a male sex hormone, which is the testosterone. So it could be asked from you that which is a male sex hormone. So you can say that the testosterone is the male sex hormone. The testes of male produce sperms from puberty onwards throughout his life. So in male, what happens? This testis is responsible to produce sperms from the puberty period in males. Okay, and it happens throughout his life. Second, the organ which we are discussing is scrotum. What the role of scrotum is a pouch of skin that hangs between the legs. It's divided internally into right and left scrotal sacs by a muscular partition. The two testes lie in respective scrotal sacs, and the septum acts as a thermoregulator and provides an optimal temperature for the formation of sperms. So the formation of sperms needs a particular temperature on which they are formed and they are not damaged. So this temperature is provided by scrotal sacs. The sperms develops at a temperature that is 1 to 3 degrees lower than the normal body temperature. So the scrotal sacs lie outside the body. If it lie inside the body, then it must be that the sperms died inside the body temperature, because due to the thermoregulator, the scrotal act as a thermoregulator, therefore it has a temperature 1 to 3 degrees lower than the normal body temperature. The life of a sperm is greatly reduced if the temperature is higher. If the temperature is higher, then the formation of the sperms, the remaining of sperms becomes a complex process. During winters, when temperature falls, the scrotum shrinks to bring the testes close to body to get warmth. During summers, when temperature rises, that scrotum becomes relaxed to lose heat. The scrotum has such muscles activity which relax it and contract it according to the temperature outside. Third is vas deferens. In plural, it is explained as vas deferentia. It's a straight tube about 40 centimeters long, which carries the sperms through the seminal vesicles. The sperms are stored temporarily in the seminal vesicle. Their mucus and a watery alkaline fluid containing the sugar fructose mixed with the sperms. So what the role of vas deferens is? It's a straight tube which carries the sperms to the seminal vesicle. Next is urethra. It is about 20 centimeters long tube that arises from the urinary bladder to carry urine. It runs through the penis and opens to the outside through male genital port. Okay, so it is a 20 centimeter long tube, और ये urinary bladder से rise करता है, and it occurs through the penis and it opens to the outside through male genital port. The contents of the two seminal vesicles, that is sperms from vas deferens, also joins the urethra. Okay, so the same opening is for the urine and for the ejaculation of sperms. Thus, urethra carries urines from the bladder as well as sperms from the vas deferentia through the penis. Now, last is penis. This penis is a long and thick muscular organ made up of mostly erectile tissue. So, the erection of penis results due to presence of erectile tissues in it. The tip of penis consists of a soft and highly sensitive glands. Penis, which is covered by loose retractable folds of skin called foreskin. So the skin which it has is a foreskin, which is very sensitive. At the time of sexual excitement, the erectile tissues gets filled with blood, causing the penis to become erect. So these tissues was erectile tissues. What the role of them is that whenever the sexual excitement is there, so during sexual excitement, these tissues filled with the blood, and when the tissues will fill the blood, it causes the erection of penis. It inserted into the vagina of the female, where sperms are ejaculated for the purpose of reproduction. So the main organ which goes to the female vagina is the penis, and through that the sperms are ejaculated for the purpose of reproduction. In human males, there is only one opening for the urine and sperms to pass out the body. Next, we will discuss about the female reproductive organ, female reproductive system. The female reproductive is also more complex than that of males. The complex structure of female is due to that it accepts sperms from males, supports their movement up to the egg, fertilization and subsequent post-fertilization changes. Because children, what happens that what the result of reproduction is, reproduction results in the bringing of an offspring, and that offspring comes from the mother's body, isn't it? So the whole 9-month period of pregnancy happens in the body of a female. So starting from the ejaculation of sperms, bringing that sperm in and to fertilize from the egg, and formation of an embryo, formation of a zygote, formation of an embryo, and then resulting in the discharge of that embryo from the body in the form of a small human being, it just happens in the female body. So the female body has a more complex reproductive structure as compared to male reproductive. The first organ in male-female reproductive system is ovaries, second is fallopian tubes, third is uterus, and fourth is vagina. Now first we will discuss about the ovaries, what the role of ovaries is. Each human female contains 2 almond-shaped ovaries located in the lower part of abdominal cavity near the kidney. Each ovary is connected by a ligament to the uterus. The ovaries are primary sex organs of female gonads, which performs a dual functions. What are the dual functions, children? First is production of female gametes, or we can say the name is female gametes. What are the female gametes? That are eggs or ova. And the second function is secretion of female sex hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. Each ovary is composed of ovarian follicles at various stages of development. Each follicle contains a large ovum surrounded by many layers of follicle cells. The production of ova starts at the age of puberty. Usually, one ovum is produced every month during the fertile years of a woman. One ovum produced every month when a woman is fertile. After menopause, the ovary becomes small and loses follicle. Menopause is a stage we will discuss later on, in which the female is not considered as fertile and she is not able to produce eggs. Second is fallopian tubes. They are also called oviducts. So from the name, it is suggested that fallopian tube is a tube. It is a tube of about 10 to 12 centimeters, and it's a long muscular tube which carries eggs from the ovary to the uterus and also provide the appropriate environment for its fertilization. It is a tube which carry करता है eggs from the ovary to the uterus. The funnel-shaped opening end of fallopian tubes lies near the posterior end of the ovary. Ovary's posterior end has a fallopian funnel-shaped tube. The other ends of the long convoluted tubes open into the uterus. Okay, so it is a carrier. Uterus, third organ. The uterus is a large, inverted, pear-shaped, muscular structure that lies behind the bladder. Which bladder? Urinary bladder. If fertilization takes place, the embryo gets attached to the wall of uterus and grows there until birth. Okay, so this is the main organ of the female reproductive system, in which an embryo develops into a fetus. a fully grown fetus. Okay, the uterus is such important, and when the embryo is formed, it is stuck in the wall of the uterus. Vagina, the fourth reproductive organ. This is a muscular tube about 7 to 10 centimeter long, whose walls contains elastic tissues. Which tissues? Elastic tissues. It is well adapted to receive the male's penis during copulation. The vagina is also called birth canal. So it can be asked that birth canal. You have to write about birth canal. It is the vagina, as it allows the passage of the baby at the time of the childbirth. In human females, the urinary opening, that is external opening of urethra and vaginal openings, are separate. So in males they were the same, but in females they are different. Okay, so this was the female and male reproductive organs which we have discussed. And now in the further video, we will discuss the sexual cycles in female. How the sexual cycles takes place in female, we will discuss about the same. And then the same video, we will discuss about the whole detailed process of fertilization. So hope so you have enjoyed the video. You must be learned from them, and you must have understood what I'm trying to explain. And please remain, like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning. Bye.